Alright, Red, here's the deal. Today I've got 3 massive stories that every Liverpool supporter needs to hear. First up, Federico Chiesa and Harvey Elliott absolutely stole the show against Lille, proving something no one can doubt anymore. Then there's the Champions League, Liverpool sitting pretty at the top, but one Premier League giant is hanging on by a thread. And if that's not enough, the club's eyeing a transfer that could bring the 2 best players in the league together at Anfield. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Stick around until the end to get all the details, and don't forget, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates on the Reds. Let's get into it. Let's talk about last night at Anfield, because what a game it was. Liverpool have officially booked their spot in the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League, and they've done it in style, edging past Lille with a hard-fought 2-1 win. This place was buzzing, and honestly, it's nights like these that remind you why football's the greatest game on earth. 7 wins out of 7 in the competition under onslaught. 7. That's consistency, class, and control. And now, all the Reds need is a point against PSV Eindhoven to lock in that top spot. Feels good, doesn't it? Slot's approach has been spot on lately. The man's got guts, tweaking things mid-game and making those changes that turn matches on their head. It's proper managerial brilliance, and last night was no different. Now let's talk about Federico Chiesa and Harvey Elliott. These two? Absolutely pivotal. You saw it, didn't you? Against Lille, they stepped up when it mattered. Elliott came on at half-time and, wow, he was everywhere, tracking back, pressing forward, threading passes like it's second nature. And that deflected goal? Sure, there's a bit of luck involved, but you make your own luck when you put in that kind of shift. The cop loved it. Salah gave him a shout-out after the game, and honestly, you can see the belief building in the lad. And Chiesa, what a cameo from the Italian. He's only on for 15 minutes, but what an impact. 2 cracking shots on target, driving at defenders, causing all sorts of problems down that left side. He might not have scored, but his energy, his intent, it's what you love to see. Slot's got himself 2 game changers here, players who can flip the script when things get tight. But it's not just them, is it? Look at the squad depth we've got right now. Wataru Endo came on last night and put in a proper shift. That lad's calmness under pressure is exactly what you need in midfield, especially when you're trying to see out games. And that's the thing about this team right now, everyone's stepping up. Whether it's Darwin Núñez grabbing a late brace in the league or the fringe players making their mark in Europe, it's a squad effort, and it's paying off. This is the business end of the season, mate, and we are fighting on all fronts, Premier League, Champions League, and beyond. Onslaught's got the boys believing, and nights like last night are just a taste of what's to come. Liverpool is absolutely flying in this revamped Champions League phase. You've probably been following along, but let me tell you, it's a great time to be a Red. Onslaught's side? Undefeated. 7 games, 7 wins. That's proper domination, isn't it? From Milan to Madrid, Leipzig to Lille, the Reds have steamrolled their way to the top, and now we're sitting comfortably in pole position. You've got to love it. Next up? PSV Eindhoven. And while a draw would do the job, you just know this Liverpool side will be going all out for another win to cap off what's already been a stellar group stage. We've already secured our place in the last 16, alongside Barcelona, but finishing at the very top of the pack, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Pure class from the lads. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the competition, it's all a bit chaotic, isn't it? Arsenal's virtually guaranteed a spot after smashing Dinamo Zagreb. Inter Milan's neck and neck with them, and Aston Villa's got one foot in the knockouts despite a little stumble against Monaco. But City? Well, it's not looking great for them, is it? Sitting down in 25th place after a rough 4-2 loss to PSG. They've only managed wins against the likes of Slovan Bratislava and Sparta Prague, hardly the stuff of champions. And PSG's not in much better shape, clinging on with 10 points. Both clubs need to pull off something massive in their final games, or it's curtains for them. Now, coming back to Liverpool, What's really standing out this season is the depth and determination of this squad. Slot's got them playing with intensity, precision, and heart. And it's not just the regulars making waves. Players like Harvey Elliott and Federico Chiesa are stepping up in key moments, giving this team that little extra edge. It's a squad firing on all cylinders, and you can feel the belief. Looking at the table right now, Liverpool's sitting pretty at the very top with 21 points. That's 5 clear of Barcelona. Arsenal and Inter are behind with 16 each, and then you've got Atletico, AC Milan, and the rest chasing. But let's be honest, mate, none of them look quite as complete as this Liverpool side right now. The knockout stage is going to be wild, no doubt about it, with 16 teams battling it out in the playoff round to join us in the last 16. But for now, it's all about finishing strong against PSV next week and keeping this momentum going. Alright, mate, let's talk about Mo Salah. You and I both know he's not just the king of Egypt, he's the king of the Premier League. I mean, the numbers don't lie. 21 goals and 17 assists already this season? That's outrageous. The bloke's not just on fire, he is the fire. And it's not just me saying it, across Europe, he's the most in-form forward out there. But here's the kicker, his contract situation's still up in the air. Yeah, I know, it's maddening. You'd think the club would have sorted this by now. Salah wants to stay, but it's down to Liverpool to put the right offer on the table. Fingers crossed, eh? Now, here's where it gets spicy. Imagine pairing Salah with another absolute dynamo, Alexander Isak. The Swedish striker's been lighting it up at Newcastle. 8 goals and 2 assists in December alone, insane form, mate. And Salah? 7 goals and 7 assists in the same month. It's like these two are having their own private competition. Just picture them together in Liverpool red. Goosebumps, right? Well, it might not just be a fantasy. Word is Liverpool sniffing around Isak, and Newcastle could be tempted if the right bid comes in. They're already eyeing Victor Gyökeres as a potential replacement, but let's be honest, Isak's on another level. Arsenal's also in the mix, but the buzz is that Liverpool's got the best shot at landing him. It's not just a rumour either, club executives are reportedly keeping tabs. But wait, there's more. Darwin Núñez, our record signing, hasn't exactly been setting the world alight since arriving. Underwhelming might be putting it lightly. Now, there's been interest from Saudi Arabia, with Al Hilal reportedly putting £70 million on the table for him. The club turned it down, but let's be honest, if a solid offer comes in during the summer, Liverpool might cash in and use those funds for Isak. Makes sense, doesn't it? Here's the thing, though. A January move was always unlikely. Newcastle wouldn't let their main man go mid-season, and Liverpool's chasing a Premier League title. But come summer, if we can move Núñez on and break even on that £85 million, the door opens wide for a proper push for Isak. And imagine the chaos if we've got Salah on a fresh deal and Isak leading the line. That's a forward setup dreams are made of. So, there you have it. The pieces are in place for something special, but it all comes down to how the club plays its cards. If you're excited about what's brewing at Anfield, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's next. Up the Reds!